Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Today is the Modern Granny Winter Poncho that actually has a ribbed cowl that is part of this poncho. So it goes right up and you can do that as long as you want to. This is another free pattern by Jeannie today. So it's using a 5mm size H crochet hook today, and I have gone along and there was a request to actually have this filmed after all these years, and so what I've done is that I've done some diagram work. So you will find this. Now your version of this pattern will be slightly different because we're currently updating as of the filming day today. There's a total of 3 diagrams that are available to you. So what you're looking at here is the back of the poncho and the front. So these are the points that come down. So when it goes up over top of your shoulders, it's just a straight edge like this, but because of the way that your neck is, your neck will be in the middle, which will cause this to bulge out, which actually creates the shape. So when you're actually looking at it from this perspective, this is the front of the poncho when you're looking at it from there. So what I've done is that I've done the diagram exactly to scale. So this is actually matching the amount of stitches that we're going to do, and we literally have to just get our rows to rounds number 3 and 4, and once you get that, you just go as big as it's suggesting to go, and then you'll do a final border. So I've got here just enough so that you can see what the repeat will be. Once you have it completely done to the size that you would like, or to the recommendation of what Jeannie has, the final round number 48 has been here. So you have to finish off so that it has these double crochets that are here, just like it shows there in row number 3. And so then what we have here is that it will have the final border that will be added to it. Once you then have that done, you are going to move along to the neckline, and this is the beginning chain of the collar. So you're just going to go around the particular collar and just being able to subtract stitches out when we go to start. So you'll see that you'll chain up 3, and then you'll double crochet in the next 3 chains, and then the next one is 2 together. And what this will do is it'll take it from 96 stitches around to the number 80, and then the next round, this is the same for rounds number 2 through 19 is the same, and you're creating the ribbing just like you see here. Just keep an eye that there is 1 chain when you get started, and here is everything. So you'll see the stitch diagrams, key diagrams right here for each one of these, and this is available for you. So without further ado, we're gonna get started right now, and we're gonna start with the neckline, and I'll just show you how that's going to work. We'll do the border, and then I'll show you how to do the collar as well. For demonstrations purposes, I am using Caron Cakes, and I'm just using a colorful version, so I'm not really worried about it. But what it is when you use these cakes, you just let the yarn play its own tune. So when you're looking at the particular sample, you'll notice that the colors are changing on its own, so it's not something that you have to doctor. So you're going to start off with, and you are going to then chain a total of 96, but I'm gonna leave you a tip right here. So let's just do 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I want you just to take that off and just make sure that this chain is not twisted at all, and go in the first one and then put that back on, and then start chaining again. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So you want to do this so that this chain will not be twisting when you go to finish it. So go all the way to 96 and meet me back here in just a moment. So I now have a total of 96, so I'm just gonna yarn over and pull through that one plus the original, and that'll conclude off then the first center ring that you see. So we're now going to progress to round number 1. So let's begin going all the way around. It's a single crochet round. You're going to chain 1, and you're just gonna go to the back hump of the chain itself and just put in 1 single crochet into each, going all the way around. There should be a total of 96 of these single crochets going all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of round number 1. I'm coming up all the way around to the end, and I'm still on the back hump of the stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. Now when you slip stitch, make sure that you are not twisting this at all. So if you pull it out like this, it's not doing any weird twists. So there's, let me just get rid of that straggler out of your way so you can see it. So there's no twist to it. Let's begin, and we're going to start then row number 2, and I'm gonna take you back to the diagram because that's why I did this in the first place. When we go to look at this diagram, we're going to start up right where we are, and we're gonna chain up 1 and put 1 single crochet in the first one, chain 3, and then another single crochet in the first one. You're going to skip 2 single crochets and chain 3 and single crochet in the next. Skip 2 single crochets, chain 3 and single crochet in the next. You're gonna do that. So I put the number here. So there's a total of 16 of these chain 3 spaces before you end up in the corner, and sorry, the other side, the front. So once you get there, you're skipping 2 and it'll be single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and that'll make the front point. Once you establish this, it's awesome. So there are 16 chain 3 spaces on this side, and there's also 16 on this side, and then you have your points on either side. Let's begin round number 2. As I begin round number 2, if I'm off by a stitch, you can fake it pretty easily in this particular round. So just in case that you're thinking that you may have got 95 or instead of 96, you can easily take care of that, and I'll show you that too. So you're going to chain up 1, and in the same one that you did the join, I need you to put in a single crochet and then chain 3 and single crochet into the same one. That is the back part of the poncho. So that's the point on the back. So if you're wearing it, you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this is now going to be one of 16 spaces. You're going to skip 2 and single crochet in the next, and then chain 1, 2, 3, skip 2, 1, 2, and go to the next. I want you to do this so that you can see 16 of these chain 3 spaces. Don't include this point. So that I've got 2 done so far, and 1, 2, 3, skipping 2, single crochet in the next, and now I got 3 chain 3 spaces, and do this until you get 16 of those that you can see, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. So I now have a total of 16 of these chain 3 spaces, and I'm going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and in the same one right here you're going to put in another single crochet, and that will make the front point of your poncho. This should be approximately at the halfway point, and now you're going to continue down the other side. So just chain 3 again, skipping 2 and single crochet in the next, and then chain 3, skipping 2 and single crochet in the next, and I'll meet you back to where we started, and we'll just verify, and if you have to cheat the system, that's where you're going to do it. I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm coming up all the way around, and I'm just chaining my 3. Now I'm skipping the final 2, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first one. If there was just 1 left, I would still do what I'm doing, and if there was 3 there, I would still just chain 3 and join it. And just remember that if you do that, that the collar is dependent on this particular chain, so you'll have to just fudge the collar if you have to do that. So there's always options, and let's begin and start round number 3. Now rounds 3 and 4 are the repeat for this whole thing up until the final border, so you can go as big as you want to go. So Jeannie has a recommendation which we'll talk about later. You're going to slip stitch to this chain 3 space, which is the very corner, and that's where we're going to start. You're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and in that same chain 3 space I want you to put in 2 double crochet, but you're not done. You want to create the point, and then chain 1 only, and then put 3 more double crochets into that one, and that'll create the new point for the back of your poncho, just like that. Now you're not going to chain 1, you're immediately going to come to the next chain 3 space and fill it in with 3 double crochet, and you're going to do that all the way around except for the point that's on the front. So you're just putting in 3 double crochets into each of these chain 3 spaces. So I will meet you at the point of the front point in just a moment, and we'll talk about there in just a second. So I'm coming around, and I'm now at the front point. So remember, the front point and the back point is always the same. So it's going to be 3 double crochets first, and then chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets into the same point, and so you'll have that point then for next time. And then just carry on through the chain 3 spaces and put in 3 double crochet right back to the very beginning, and this will conclude off then row number 3. Once you come all the way back around, I'm in the last space here, I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, and that'll conclude off round number 3. So you're doing rounds number 3 and 4 over and over. So my color's just about to switch over in the ball, but you just let it happen naturally. So round number 4 is like these chain 3 spaces that we did before, but this time they're going to be slightly different. So you're going to just slip stitch yourself to the point. It's that chain 1 space, and that's where your story will begin then on round number 4 when you're doing them. So you're going to chain up 1 and single crochet in that one, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet again. That's your new point. Now you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and do you see how they're in groups of 3? If you pull it apart like this, you're going into the space between the groups. So you're just gonna single crochet and then chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and if you're not sure, just pull it apart, but you should be able to see it pretty easily, and you're just chaining 3s and you're getting there. On the front of the poncho, when you get there, is the other point. You'll do exactly what I just showed you of the single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, but I'll see you there in a moment just to make sure, and I'll see you at the front point. So I'm coming up to the front point. It's halfway around, and in the chain 1 space you're gonna single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet. There's your new point, and then you can see the color has changed, and then chain 3 to start again on the other side, and then just going into the spaces in between. I'll see at the end of this round. This will then conclude round number 4. I'm coming up to the end of number 4, and I'm just going to slip stitch it to the first single crochet. So let's talk about the repeating that you'll need to do, and then where you need to end in order to do the final border. So right where we are, we're just finishing up technically row number 4. So you're going to now repeat number 3 and 4 until you get to round number 46. So 4th will be the 46th round. You then have to do round number 3 once again. So round number 3 is the solid double crochets that you have here, and that's what the border is going to be using. So if I was saying I'm done and I'm happy, I have to be done and happy when you have these double crochets. So if you want to change the size at any point, just make sure that you finish on the double crochet rounds and not these here. So what I need to do here is that in order to teach the border, I'm gonna do one more round of these double crochets. So this is round number 3, and that I have to restart, and you just have to slip stitch over like that just to begin, and then remember chain 3 and then 3 double crochet. Sorry, 2 double crochet in the point. That chain 3 counts as one of them. Then chain 1 and then 3 more double crochet into it. And you're just playing in the space. So if you've done any of Jeannie's Modern Grannies before, that's just how they're done. So come into the next space, slam in some 3 double crochet, and keep on moving, and then on the point on the other side you already know what to do. 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. So I'm gonna finish up this round here, and then I'll show you the border in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way around the round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3. So in the final border, then what's gonna happen is that you're going to start off at this point, the space again. So you're going to have to slip stitch there. It does not say to fasten off at all. It just says to move on to the border. However, I'm a person that I like my border to be the same color all the way around. So if you would like to have that kind of concept, all you just need to do is right where you just finished now, you just fasten off, and let me just show you how to fasten off, and then we can get that done in today's video. So you're just going to just pull the yarn through, and because this is a wearable, you'll want to hide in your loose ends every time you're changing your colors out. Okay, so you're just going to drag it, and you'll see the front and the back. So just drag it on the back side through. Don't pull it so it changes the shape, so just kind of pull it like that, and then going back a second time, and then finally third time is a charm. And you only want to fasten off at this moment if you are wanting the border to be the final color. You can then cut it right safely to the project. You can also do the same with the beginning with the same principle of going back and forth, and then that's good to go. So I'm gonna move on to the border next, and here we go. So let's look at the final border. We're going to start off on the edge, so you can see that it has dot dot dot, so it's been slip stitched if you are going to do that. However, if it's a new color, just join it here on this chain 1, and then just chain 1 and single crochet into this particular spot, and then chain 3 and single crochet. So the chain 3 is still on the very edge here of the border. It's just to keep that point. You're only gonna chain 1 and skip to the second one, so it's the middle. So if you really look at here, it's the middle, chain 1, and then it's a space in between. Chain 1, middle, chain 1, space in between. Chain 1, middle, chain 1, space in between, and that's what we're gonna do for the final border. So I'm starting a new color, so I'm gonna show you the standing single crochet. I like this the best. So coming in here, so if you don't want to change the color and it was just continuing, just slip stitch until you're in the corner. This here, if you put it onto the hook as a slip knot, yarn over, pull through, and then just pull it, you'll have 2 loops on the hook pull through 2, and that's a standing single crochet. Just tighten this up a little bit. So you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in the same one so that you keep that point looking the same. So I'll just toss that in behind because you can fasten that off later. So chain only 1 and come to the middle one of the next grouping of 3 and single crochet, chain 1, come and go into the space in between the groups. Then chain 1, come to the middle one, chain 1, go into the space in between. I want you to do this all the way, and I'll see you at the front point in just a moment. So I'm coming to the front point, chain 1, and I'm going into the middle one, chain 1, and then the point here is a single crochet, chain 3, and single crochet, and then start on the other side again. So only chain 1, go to the middle one, chain 1, go into the space in between. Please do this all the way around. This will conclude off your border for now, and then we'll move on to the cowl neck in just a moment. So I'm coming all the way around to where it started, and I'm just chaining 1 and slip stitching it to the first single crochet. Now I've already shown you how to weave off, so that's what you're going to do at this moment, and this will conclude the border. We're gonna move on to the cowl neck in just a moment. So here's the diagram then for the collar. We're gonna start first, and this is the beginning chain of the poncho. This is right at the neckline, so you want to have the poncho facing you, so the right side is facing you, and then you're going to start. So I'm recommending that you start at the back of the poncho, so right where we've been doing all the slip stitching. You're going to chain 3, that'll count as a double crochet, and then the next 3 are double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. The next 2 are then together, and then you have 4 and then 2 together. So you're gonna do that all the way around, so your last stitch should be this. So if you don't have that, you can always fake it if you have to, so that's just a fun way, right? So then when we begin then row number 2, we're gonna chain up 1, and then we're gonna put these, so you can see the different shapes are here for the description. So the 2 that we're going to start off with will be 2 front posts right away, and then 2 back posts, 2 front posts, 2 back posts, and you'll do that all the way around. Then rounds number 3 all the way to 19 then are exactly what you see here, so I only had to draw it once. Let's begin the cowl add-on to this poncho. So here on the studio desk, this is what it looks like right now. So you obviously have it growing out, so when you're wearing it, it'll turn like this, and this is going up over the top of the shoulder. So this is the back of the poncho here. This is where I was doing all the slip stitching, and so when you're looking at the right side, this is the good side facing up. You can tell the difference of the 2 sides. So this side looks a little more finished, the other side it looks okay, but it's not the same quality as you see. So let's begin, and we're gonna start right at the beginning and go around here. So we're looking at the right side of the project. So we're going to begin, and we're going to start off right in the first chain right here at the point. That's exactly the first one, and let me just bring in a little closer here. There you go. And now you're going to just slip stitch to attach, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So working in the back this the chain that you have, you're going to then just double crochet the next 3 in a row. So 1 and 2 and 3. So it's just, it looks like a regular stitch because I had you going in the back hump of the chain when you went around. The next 2 are going to become single crochet or double crochet 2 together, so just coming through. So 2 together. So then the next 4 in a row, so here's the repeat pattern. The next 4 in a row are double crochet, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the next one are 2 together. And the reason why we're doing that is that we're making the collar a little bit smaller, but also it gets us to the number 80, which is what you need then for all the way around. And you'll notice that the cowl will condense onto itself because we are using the rib stitch. So continue around, so 4 by itself and 2 together, 4 by itself and 2 together, and I'll see at the very beginning of this round. So I'm coming all the way back around. I technically have a 2 together double crochet, but you can see I have 3 stitches left. So what I'm going to do for myself is to let myself off the hook, and I'm gonna do a 3 together double crochet right at the very end. And don't think that nobody cheats. So you're gonna do that, and then you're going to join, and so then that'll keep it equal for the balance then for the remaining of the cowl. Let's move on to round number 2, which was the same for all the rounds all the way to round number 19. In round number 2 all the way through 19, all you're just going to do is just chain up 1, and in the first one it'll be a front post double crochet, and also the second one, so just coming in the side, and then the next 2 are back posts. So just wrap the hook coming from the back and push it back to the back, and you'll do 2 in a row of those. So you're just alternating between the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back. So the next 2 have to be in the front, and therefore the next 2 have to be in the back. I want you to repeat that going all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of round number 2. When you get all the way back around, you're hoping that the last 2 will be back post double crochet, and if not, just kind of wing it, right? So then when you go to start the next round, round number 3, you're just gonna chain 1 and then just match exactly what you see. So you have a front post double crochet for the first 2 because that's what it shows, and these ones are the back posts, so you want to keep those as back posts. So now it's just a matter of matching stitch to stitch, and all the counts should be perfect now going all the way around, and you're going to finish then on round number 19. Now I already showed you how to fasten off, so it's just a matter of getting this done. You're going to see, because you are using the rib stitching here, it's going to condense a little bit like you see what's in the model, and then you're gonna get it so long so it'll flip over and do that beautiful cowl neck that you would expect in a turtleneck kind of concept. So this is the Modern Granny Winter Poncho by Jeannie with this particular Glacier Cowl necking that has been added to it, and it's actually really neat, and I hope that you enjoy. So good luck, and we hope to see your creativity on Facebook real soon. Until next time, have a good day, and bye bye.